Alright, hello everyone, it's mysticjuicer back with some more Yomi action. And we're still in the way back machine here. I am playing versus Fusxfaranto in the 19XX tournament, which has long since completed. Yeah, work's kept me busy, so we're going to work our way through the backlog. So I have a good expectation that he's going to start with Gwen. So I could play Rook. I think this is an okay matchup for him, but I'm gonna at this point I'm still building my grave, and so I'll give that a shot. I'm just opening up with a big 5 duff. Gwens tend to like to throw in the very early game, so I need to earn my blocks. And I might get him to open up with something kind of big and greedy with a second attack. Maybe he'll try to outpoke a 5 or a 4 with a 3 or something. Actually, a 3 would still beat my 3, but the statement is still sound. I expect him to continue to be aggressive with throws or a big normal. The 3 is also okay because it at least trades with Chains of Ice, 3.6 starter on Gwen's Jack. So I will try to be leading stuff that doesn't out and out lose to that. That's something you really only want to get hit with because you are throwing rather than because you are attacking with something very greedy. So I expect him to go back to throwing. A 6-card hand is not an especially dangerous hand. If you're playing against Gwen, there's not a tremendous amount of damage that they can do to you. So I could have gone for the safe block. A 10-card hand is very different. So I go to blocking because I expect him to... I've played a fair amount of attacks in the early game here. So I expect him now to try to counterpoke and move away from throws, which are going to get blowed up. So I show him a 2. If I'm showing him the 2, I should probably power up the 8s. Yeah. If I successfully dodge or successfully connect with a 2, I should have True Power of Storms to back that up. You don't want to be... Otherwise, I would basically have no damage. I could do 2 King 6 for nothing, and then have just the 7 for a normal block. So my hand's kind of terrible without True Power of Storms online. Now he's got to respect it. And he does. He plays the queen. He expects me to get aggressive. Still expecting me to be worried about throws, and I am. In the early game, while Gwen is still at a fairly high life total, I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be holding on to my queens as much as possible. I want to have those queens in the late game when I want to deprive the Gwen player of their safe 0.0 speed attack. Because trading 10 health, from a character that's dying for 6 of a 90 health character is a very good trade for the 90 health character. And the queen just, the more queens that Gwen has spent, the better your queens become, because everything else just loses so hard to it. They have to play a very safe, dodgy kind of range, and that lets you get away with some stuff too. So I get dodged here. I am going to bluff with something just because I have a ton of cards in hand and none of them are particularly useful, but I'm not expecting to take all that much damage here. So he gives me the throw. I'm only 20... Oh, sorry, no, I'm 30 hit points behind. But that is 3 aces, either one at a time or all at once. Okay, I've played pretty passively here. I've only powered up for the 1 ace, so it's entirely possible at this. I just expect as soon as Grave powers up for a single ace, you've got to start respecting True Power Storms. But he's really not doing that. He's still playing a very attack throw heavy range, very minimal blodging. So quick look at his hand. He does in fact have Dreadlands Portal, so I have to be careful about feeding him attacks. He does only have the one throw, though, his 8. I believe Gwen has 0.6 throws, so this is actually fine. I can tie all of that, so long as he doesn't lead with Dreadlands Portal. Leads with King instead, but that's fine. That's why we threw. We have the Joker. So this is not going to do all that much damage. It's going to get rid of a lot of his hand if he commits to it. But it looks like he's going to play both aces. Yeah, so that basically empties his entire hand. It would have been lethal. We draw the other Joker off of the top of that. And so we can continue to play a very safe game plan. So I know what 2 of those cards in his hand are. I believe they're... can't tell offhand, but they're not particularly relevant. The King left. One of the 6s is gone, so I believe he's got another 6. Yeah, nothing especially dangerous or scary. Hits me with the Queen. But 10 damage here is fine. Again, still throwing a lot because I've got the Joker backup. So if I do get hit with something, it's not going to be too terrible. If I do get hit with a Jack, that's going to be awful, but if I get hit with a Jack, it's just over, so can't let that discourage you from throwing. So he finally goes to block. I'm a little surprised I get rid of the dodge there. Probably the better play is just to get rid of an ace. At this point, I've powered up for 1. We are more than halfway through the deck. So it's not unreasonable to think that I would have it. Play single ace, and not one of the ones that I powered up with. Yeah, I definitely want to counter this. No reason to give Gwen extra hit points. And 3 chip is good, especially against Gwen since it's actually 5. So we're 2 aces away from taking it. We have a Joker as backup. There's 2 aces in the discard, so he can't dodge into all that much. We've still got a Queen. Things are looking good. Okay, I'm just going to block some. See how many more 10s he's got in hand. I don't especially want to attack into a 10, but now that I've drawn the second Queen, I feel okay playing one of them, probably. He knows, since I threw with a 9, that I really don't have particularly good throws. So I would actually be expecting more dodging from him, but I think he's at a hand size and kind of a hand composition where he just doesn't have all that much going on. Probably going to hold on to the 7 as a throw with Joker backup. I can basically, any throw is very likely to be lethal. I can safely dodge because he doesn't have his 3 aces in hand. I believe 2 known aces are in the discard, which means that the most I'm ever going to take off of a throw is going to be 6. Leaves me in a very safe position here. He is building up to a hand, but he has very few turns left. Okay. I guess I'm probably thinking at this point that I don't need to throw to win this game, so I can get rid of the 7. He got 2 jacks, so I do have to be worried about throwing. He does have 2 dodges. So if I were him, I would be playing a very, very safe game. But you can't dodge for free against Grave in the late game when he's only spent one or two queens. You can die pretty quickly. I'm playing the aces rather than the queen because he doesn't have anything that loses to one but beats the other. So they are essentially equivalent, and if he does block, the ace deals 3 chip, as opposed to the queen's 2. So we're sitting pretty. Yeah, we're going to counter that as well. Bring him down to 3 hit points. Play the lamest endgame ever. If I can survive one more turn, so if I ace here, I think I have the checkmate, because I can ace, even if he hits me with the most follow-up, it would be 16 off of 2 aces. And then next turn, I can block. The maximum he's going to deal me, or I can dodge rather, and the maximum he's going to be able to deal me is 6 by throwing me. I can't block because he could go for a chip setup of some kind using, I can never remember if it's Shadow Slice or Desperate. Whatever her second innate thing is, where he gets to discard a black and red normal card. Deal chip damage. No, I should not play the Joker. Just discard the 6. This is fine. And then we dodge. Yeah. So here we would probably even be safe blocking, but there's no reason not just to dodge anyway. If I draw a 10, I will play the Queen, but otherwise, it's Dodge City. Unfortunately, it does, but unfortunately, he does not have the ability to win from this position. Yeah, just double confirm. Wait, he doesn't have the aces, does he? Yeah, 10 throw, which is ballsy, and I love it. But it is not going to do anything because we have drawn both jokers. I mean, it did end. It definitely did end. So game 1 goes to me. I am stuck on grave. It's fine. See what this set was so long ago. I have no idea what he does. Okay, so he switches to Arg. Considered a tough match for Grave. Definitely agree with that. The difficulty of the match is Argagarg has his ace contests True Power of Storms. It's 0.2 speed, where True Power of Storms is 0.4. So you get to outspeed Grave's really terrifying super, which is great. Argagarg also has excellent speeds in his 2. His Jack and his Queen, which are all at 2.4 or 2.2 in the case of his Queen, which is really important if you're playing against a Grave that wants to hit confirm into True Power of Storms, which is turns out is my preferred style of Grave. Because it's impossible to play a normal attack that is going to beat those speeds, so you spend some time dodging, and then Argagarg is content to sit back blocking. It's just a very awkward position. It's the classic, like, trying to get in against the zoner feeling. And it's one of the most annoying things to me. Argagarg is not a favorite of mine to play against, no matter the character. So I'm giving it a shot here. See how it goes. I'm giving up 3s, and you can see the hesitation right there, because powering up dodges, especially in this kind of a matchup where, again, Argagarg can contest your normal attacks, I don't like doing it. I don't ever like powering up dodges or throws as Grave, but sometimes you want to put True Power of Storms online, and that's just the way to do it. So we have it. He is playing respectfully. See if we can land some throws, and we do. We have our max punish. Throw into 6-jack. 21. Got a nice life lead going. That's going to allow us to every piece of damage, the longer and the more life lead we can build, the more it allows us to play lame. So all of this throwing and going in is just to buy us more time that we can spend sitting back and blocking and dodging, which is going to discourage him from attacking and push him more towards playing a throw range. We've thrown twice in a row. I'm going for the cheeky 10 throw. Last throw was with a 9, so I should be out of good stuff, and I am, in fact. So he goes to the aggressive, plays some throw combos of his own. Now we're very low on throws. He does have 2 aces in the discard, and Jack is an okay speed. It only really loses to Queen, but I'm going to sit back and block for a little bit. So the reason I expect him to be attacking there is I just threw him with a 10, which generally means you're out of fast throws. And therefore, if you draw a fast throw on the next turn, you probably are going to play it immediately. Just because you have already sent this signal. You know, whether you intentionally did or unintentionally in my case, because my hand just happens to be, you know, deprived of throws. You're sending that signal that you don't have a particular option. You can't contest, you know, a block, for instance. Maybe you don't have a throw at all, and you're playing the last 10, you know, the last throw you have in your hand, which is a 10. Certainly the throw you would want to spend the least. So I have been playing very aggressive with throws, and so I got the successful dodge. And he was caught without a joker. It was pretty early on in the game. Very, very... we hadn't gone very, very far into the deck at all. I'm stuck on kind of an awkward hand. Probably jack or block. Yeah, go for the jack. He has been playing fairly high normals just to keep out my throws. So landing 8 damage is perfectly fine. We are already 1 ace from True Power of Storms. Okay, he's getting aggressive with the throws. This is not what I like. I want the fish to respect my attacks without actually playing any of them. Which is not an expectation you can have. I'm kind of surprised about the protective ward there. So early in the game, I don't... like, Grave really doesn't want to push buttons. So... yeah, I'm not sure. It could be... I mean, thinking about it now, I expect that it's probably a sign that his hand is very bad, and he might have just played it for the cycle. Because 7 throw, even though it's 7.8, is still rather good. So I've got the 2 mix-up. He is safe blocking. And so I'm going to try to play the grappler strat of just blocking along with him. Don't want to get greedy or aggressive. He is showing me that he doesn't have an ace, or he's at least implying that he doesn't have an ace. I'm going to try to go after his blocks anyway. I get counter thrown with the 7. Fortunately, my hand just does not have the throws I need to be able to contest his 7.8 speeds. I'm going to power up for the 3rd ace. Much more useful to me than a pair of jacks. which I don't want to lose jack to queen. I'm going to try immediately dodging into True Power of Storms. We have been kind of aggressive. Yeah, chastising myself there a little bit, because if you're going to be dodging, you might as well dodge with the 4. Keep the 2 around. 2 is a fine poke. If we spend True Power of Storms into a Joker, 2-3, we just need to draw another 4 to be able to get a straight. I'd much rather do that. Hoping to catch him with the greedy wake-up throw, because he's expecting a reversal. But get duffed instead. See if we can block some damage. Nope, baits the Joker. And he's nicely working this life lead he's got. Doesn't follow up with the combo, because there's really no reason for him to. He has been fairly aggressive, so I'm just going to do the damn thing. Yep, there we go. Land 45. Even things up. A great equalizer. Grave has just an incredible ability to make comebacks. So our hand is complete butts. I'd like to hang on to the 6s, but I definitely prefer losing a 6 block to a throw than a 10. So this is good. We get to keep the 6. Pick up a queen. I'm going to show him the queen immediately. See what he does. Probably going to end up blocking with the 6 again. See what he does in a panicked state. Oh, okay, no. So we're going with the throw. The queen is kind of obvious, but never underestimate the power of the obvious move. Reveal queen into play queen is incredibly effective. So we get him on the ground. Fire up the 6s. We no longer are... if I land a throw, it's over, so I don't really need to conserve the throws I do have. I'm going to go for an even cross-up. Typically, this is kind of the expected thing for players to do against Argagarg. Fusxfaranto did not want to play the guessing game. Was willing to take a dodge into 12 or maximum of 14 if I had 2 kings. Does know I have a queen, so he should be playing blocks some amount of the time. Luckily, I think he has spent... I've thrown 2 of his aces, and I think there might be 3 aces of his in the discard, so it's possible he just doesn't have anything. I'm going to go for safe dodges here. Dodge into ace puts him at 3. Okay, there we go. That's the thing I was hedging against. I didn't want to go in too hard. Dodge again. Temptation is going to be, if you block with the ace block, your opponent's going to try to throw, so you've got to counter with an attack. Fortunately, he reads me on that. Goes in and puts me at 8. Or sorry, 6. I need to find 15 damage. A throw into any of my options will kill. This is kind of risky, but I'm expecting him to continue to kind of play to be safe. And unfortunately, or to play safe around a throw range. Unfortunately, I am incorrect. Goes back to blocking. So I need to either dodge or throw on this turn. And I need to dodge into a knockdown or throw into knockdown, because I cannot kill. Nothing I do is going to deal damage this turn. So I decide to go for the throw because I have shown that I don't have fast throws. Luckily I drew the 8, so I was able to win that combat. I still have to be on throw dodge range. And he's now picked up... Okay, immediately discard the 7. I'm not sure I actually like that. Okay, yeah. This is fine, I suppose. So long as he doesn't have a second counter, this will work out fine. Okay, no fast throws. Get rid of a 10. Okay, single ace, joker, he's got a 2 and a queen. little bit of salt. Grave might be a... Grave might be to Fusxfaranto what Argagarg is to me. So he has no throws. Just has to survive, so I am actually expecting him to block. I'm going to be aggressive. Could also dodge into something and then go for a... No, if I don't land the throw here, or dodge into the throw, I would have to land a mix-up of some kind. So, I don't know. I stand by this. Regardless of how whether it works out or not, I stand by this decision. It's the I'm going to try to kill you now play. Yeah, exactly. Just cross your fingers as hard as possible. No, he wakes up with queen. Smart man. The only thing he would have lost to... Yeah, I would basically, I have to play to win next turn if I don't throw him. So throw kills him now, and he might have bet on me going, okay, you know, he might have limited options. Maybe he can't even achieve a 2-turn kill, so he's going to try to throw now. I'll just play safe and assume he can't kill me. And he was correct. So I don't need to stay in the matchup. It is 19XX, so I cannot choose Troc, which is kind of the obvious character that I pick against Argagarg. He does very, very well. I believe I end up going with Setsuki, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Fusxfaranto, I'm really bad against Rook. Yeah, that is not a matchup I am going to choose to play. Yeah, not a matchup I do particularly well in. I think my real struggle in that matchup is I try to play either much too patiently, much too block heavy, or I play much too aggressively. I'm not able to thread the needle. So go with Setsuki instead. The logic here being I just need to be right a bunch of times in a row. And I feel I can do that. I'm going to play to dump my hand. He goes for the immediate 7 throw, try to catch an opening throw from me. So we're going to get rid of a 3 here. We're going to get rid of a queen and a 3. And then follow up 2, 3, 4 and not... What are you doing? Yes, this look at this day 1 Setsuki. Yeah, so there's the dump. I'm really glad I didn't misplay that. That would have been a really bad way to start the game. So we are able to loop. Yeah, choose not to get the aces because that would leave us with 2 cards in hand. And that would prevent us from being able to do fancy things. So he counters the 7, prevents me from having access to 2 of the queens in my deck. Draw another 7. Get Protective Warded, so we cannot dump on this turn. What we can do is either throw or dodge into a throw. Either of those is fine. With 2 queens gone, he's probably going to expect an attack or a throw of some kind. So I think I probably go with the dodge. Yeah. Okay, we get thrown instead. That's fine. Probably I should dump a card here. Maybe the 9. But with the king in hand, it's going to be okay to get rid of cards pretty quickly. We're going to continue to dodge. Okay, so he's going defensive. He's playing a block throw range. We draw the next queen, so why not? Why not play it? Even if this gets ace blocked, I'm not too mad. Setsuki likes to throw and has an incredible ability to throw because she can. She essentially gains cards by playing them. So it's never wrong to try to duff her. And that's what he goes for. So we get the queen. We're going to pump with the 9. And then combo into 6. And pump jack. Yeah, I should actually pump with jack. Yeah, with the king. Yeah, there we go. And 6 into knockdown. It's almost like we know what we're doing. We get the knockdown. We get the mix-up setup on the next turn. Very powerful setup here. We can dodge into full combo. We can attack into full combo. Yeah. Queen 2 and king. I would probably pick up a king. I'm not sure why I wouldn't. Yeah, I think that's a mistake on my part. I've got threat of 2 into you know, or queen or cross up 2, but how much is that actually doing for me in this position? Basically nothing. If you replace one of those cards with a king, I can dump off of a throw. I just have a whole bunch more options, so that was definitely a mistake on my part. I do get the throw, though. I can actually empty throw here to great benefit. I can power up the 2s, power up the queens. And I should... in retrospect, I would probably take them. Because you've got either... If you draw a throw, you can throw into ace-ace. If you don't, then you can dodge into ace-ace. So, it doesn't seem wrong. Pick up this single ace. Luckily, I've got a king to rescue me from this hand. He does have an ace. He has not played it yet. Okay, there, yeah. Plays it on his knockdown. Gets the bubble shield off. Draw another king, so that's all 4 kings drawn in the first 24 cards in the deck. 25 cards. Disgusting. So we've got to get out of bubble shield. Just going to play some safe attacks. See what we can get. Okay, immediate exit. Gets the ace out of our hands, which is kind of an awkward hand to hold on, awkward card to hold on to. That's all good. Plenty of throws in hand. Luckily, we have the kings to be able to empty. I don't believe I can get out of this on a throw. Would have to throw king, 2 cards for discard, and then a jack. That won't work. Okay, get hit with the queen. Sitting at 37 hit points. Fairly even game, but that favors me because I have the higher damage output. Just need to not get exploded, so we're going to play some safe moves here. Okay, undercut a 4. And then we can double dump. Yeah. And then we can activate the 7. No joker on his part. We get a lot of damage off of this. Yeah, 24 is quite good. Especially when it's basically comes at the cost of no cards. Puts an ace in hand. That is... I don't think I've gotten rid... No, that's right. He activated Bubble Shield. And then... I'm not sure what... Okay, I'm getting the... Yeah, dominant attack, dominant throw. He does have the threat of ace-ace. So we're dodge throw this turn. Likely going to be a dodge, probably dodge with the 2. Because 4-5 is good follow-up. I don't like that. I don't know why that's happening. I suppose if I play the queen and it doesn't hit, then I have the 2 is actually pretty good in terms of speed, so long as it doesn't meet a queen from him. Okay, I guess I could make an argument for that decision. Nice throw on his part. He's not going to be taking much damage no matter what I do that turn, so he's covering his unsafe option with an ability to make it incredibly safe. I cannot dump off of the 7. It would leave him at 5. Oh, yeah. I felt like he was going to get greedy with an ace-ace attack. It would have been lethal if it hit. But as it is, I think I end up pumping with the Joker. Hang on to the 7 to be able to threaten more stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm threatening a 2-chip setup. I'm going to pick up a... Okay, never mind. I'm going to pick up nothing. I will get nothing. What I would have picked up is a king. It's a very competitive speed. Now, I do have the ace for chip. And he only has 1 card, so even if he dodges this, it's not going to do anything. And we get the ace kill. So up 3-1. He gets to switch if he wants to. And I expect him to switch to Gwen. He almost certainly feels much more comfortable in the Gwen-Satsuki matchup than I do, since this is like the 3rd time, maybe the 2nd time I've ever played Satsuki in tournament. But I think we did okay. Probably some things we could definitely tighten up about that play. Dodging with the 4 meant that I didn't have lethal off of the queen combo, I just realized. When we undercut his ace-ace with queen, could have killed if we had dodged with the 2 instead. Oh, that's a bad trade. Yeah, it's actually a very good move against against Satsuki. But hey, we've got a 2nd queen. Why not? Let's go for it. And he dodges. This absolute madman. Dodges into Jack. The counter here is entirely to get rid of cards in hand. Yeah, definitely get rid of the 2. Because losing a 2 to Gwen's 2 is just not a good place. That's not the life you want to live. So we've got Jack into 6 into knockdown King for some good damage, and 7 loop. But he just keeps dodging. The CAD. Dodge into throw. I've still got 2 cards in hand. I'm already halfway dead. I have not yet managed to touch her. Wake up King attack. This is where he goes to block. He has played incredibly safe against Satsuki. And by which I mean he's played incredibly dodge heavy against Satsuki. I don't know. Yeah, I'm completely caught off guard here. So, I mean, I've attacked like a million turns in a row. Certainly I will attack again, right? In fact, no, that's when he chooses to attack me. At least we get out of this hand. Yeah, get rid of the 6. He is going to deal roughly a kajillion damage. He's probably got some sort of spaghetti hand, given... Oh, okay, no, he's just typing a lot, is what's happening. So he deals an absurd amount of damage. I basically die. Two aces. He's got throw into lethal. He's got dodge into lethal. He's got anything into lethal. All right, we've got a joker. We have a 2, so we're gonna try to hit him with that 2. He does outspeed us with just raw ace. Okay, dodges into it instead. Are gonna play the joker. Get 2 aces out of his hand. That's nice. Fortunately, we still die to pretty much anything. Drew a jack. Jack is pretty good. It does lose to his jack, though. Yeah, sluckery confirmed. Getting absolutely bodied here. I was just not expecting him to respect the attacks early on. And he outspeeds me with the 7 throw. When I finally get aggressive with the throws of my own, and that is going to be it. It's good night, Irene. Mops me up. Didn't get hit a single time. Sorry, no, I dealt him 1 damage with the Queen Clash. Disgusting. Alright, so 3-2. I'm still on match point. I'm going to switch back to Grave. He's got to win 2 in this matchup. Start off with a nice hand. Blocking with the 9. Did play pretty aggressive in terms of big normals in the first game. We'll see if he respects that. He does not. Or no, sorry, he does, in fact. Goes for the aggressive jack play. It does not get Shadow Plague off, so I do win combat on that. I'm going to show him a block with a faster throw on it. Got 2 aces already. And I am expecting him to try to duff a throw attempt here really, really hard. So I go for the block. We get the successful block off. He can choose to make this a combat win for him, but seeing as he wasn't willing to do it last turn... we get a successful knowing the opponent. We now have 2 queens in hand. We can try to loop this this experience, or no, I'm probably gonna show him the queen I got, yeah. He already knows I have it. Yeah, I think that's actually incorrect on his part. If you Shadow Plague, you count as winning combat, and therefore I get... Grave just gets to draw a card. It's still incredibly good for Grave, I mean, don't get me wrong. But we get actual, factual, revealed queen into draw other queen for maximum disrespect and tilt. Again, he knows that I have another 0.0 speed attack. He does have to put lodges into his range. I'm just going to play True Power of Storms here. Not terribly worried. He goes aggressive, then he's just going to eat a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he decides to respect the obvious queen. So he does make some some hay off of that. Yeah, sometimes you just want to close it out, man. secret T-Pos in the first couple turns of the game is totally legit. It makes you super mad if you lose to it, but it's totally legit. So he's still being very aggressive with attacks. He knows I like to throw. Get some good damage in there. Show him the other queen. If we can get some more defensive play out of him. Power-ups for more aces. Just going to play actual factual queen again. It feels so rude. It feels so absolutely rude to win combat that way. I mean, it's better for him. It's better for him than most of the reveal. Like if I fake him out and actually throw him, I get way bigger damage off of it. It's mostly for tilt at this point. So I've got a nice bit of a life lead here, 10 hit points. Nothing tremendous. But I want to make him antsy by playing this very mean block DP range. I've powered up for 2 aces in front of him. I'm going to try to go for the dodge. At worst, we get rid of a joker or something. At best, we win the game. Okay, so he's content to sit back and block. Luckily, block favors me. I have all the options I need. It would be nice to get a 7, but beggars can't be choosers. Draw the third. Yeah, like, ugh, so many queens this game. It's been really, really disgusting. Yeah, so he's expecting me to try to go for T-Pos after the ace power up to try to beat a throw or combo into ace-ace. Picks one of the aces back up. We've extended our life lead to 20 hit points. We'll play some more queens here. So he does have 2 in hand. We're going to bluff, see if we can conserve some damage. Okay, so we get hit with the jack. That is fine. I'm 2 speeds slower, but that means my queen still beats his normals. So if he doesn't play a queen, an ace, or a king, this is still going to do absolutely fine. I'm actually probably should not have played it that way. Now that I have all my queens in the discard, his queens are actually quite good. His kings can open up a little bit. I still have True Power of Storms to keep him honest. Although I am going to play them as single aces rather than all at once. So there's no reason for me to rush around here. I'm going to continue bluffing. I would discard the 5. Yeah, I don't like the 6 there. No reason to get rid of the 6 when you've got the 5 there. Power up the 2 6s to get the aces back online if you really need to. Yeah. So I'm glad I noticed that after the fact. Would have been nice to notice it earlier, but comes the breaks. He has played 3 jacks at this point, and I have a joker, so I could go for a 7th throw, and I probably should in this position. He has played much more defensively in recent turns, but I would have gotten exploded for it. Yeah, I'm going to play super lame. He is nearly in an unwinnable position now. If I hit him with an ace successfully, it will be unwinnable. But he definitely has a lot of work to do here. That's the thing about this matchup and a lot of matchups. Okay, I play the 7. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I just want to see what I should be scared of. He's got a single king. He doesn't have 3 aces. Got 3 dodges. Whatever. I don't really learn any new information there. I guess the only thing I would be worried about is seeing a jack. So I could probably still 8-throw here. The other thing I can do is dodge and continue bluffing. If I successfully dodge, I follow up with king-king. Either way, puts me in a very good position. Single ace would have won the game, but this will still probably end up winning the game. Decide not to follow up there. There's really no reason to do so. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to the kings just so I can counter a 10 if I need to. But this is a very tough endgame for him. He just has to be right. And the thing is, he has to be right with an attack or a throw, because a dodge just isn't going to do it. He doesn't have enough damage to threaten off of this for me to even face down. He can ace-ace. He can ace-ace, but he has to refill his hand with something that loses to ace. So just make it as difficult as possible for him. Just threaten ace, throw, and dodge for the rest of the game. And use the joker to not be exploded. I do have to worry about jack, so he should be leveraging my fear of jack as much as possible and dodge. But if he dodges too much and I'm scared, then I never play the aces and he just dies. I show him the joker. I want him to feel as helpless as possible. And showing him the joker basically. No, I mean, showing the joker means that he has to thread such an incredible needle. Yeah, like it's absolutely not disrespect. It's in fact. I'm doing my damnedest to make this as hard as possible on him because I'm still at 19 hit points. If I get hit, yeah, if I get hit and I didn't have the joker as backup and he doesn't know I have the joker as backup, things can get dangerous. So managed to eke out the win. Nicely played, Fusxfaranto. Apologies again for everyone for the delays in the videos. Got a lot of stuff going on at work and in my private life. All good stuff, but it's keeping me busy and away from YouTube. So I will be taking a vacation fairly soon in December, and when that time comes, I will be powering through my backlog as much as possible. As always, if you want to get involved in the community or play this game, check out the links to the forums and places where you can buy the game in the description below. And until next time, this is mysticjuicer telling everyone, enjoy yourself some Yomi. Cheers.